Hey people, it is Friday, February the 14th, which is also known as Valentine's Day. It is 3:46 in the afternoon and about minus 4 degrees Celsius, feeling more like minus 11 with the wind chill. And as you can see, downtown Toronto is still somewhat buried in snow since our big snowstorm the other night. That was on Wednesday night when we got hammered with about 20 centimeters of snow in the city. I'm on Avenue Road right now in the Yorkville area, and we're going to be heading south, crossing Bloor Street, going along Queen's Park, and then continuing south down University Avenue. And I've noticed since making my way up here through the core that traffic is completely bonkers right now. And all the pedestrian sidewalks and other walking areas are greatly impacted by the snow, and as a result, it makes it quite a bit harder to get around the area in a timely manner. The sidewalks are quite narrow with snow covering most of them oftentimes. Here is Bloor Street.
Inconsistent is the things that my brain is not doesn't have the tolerance for. Okay, I'll make sense for all the
All right, look at this. I can see they have the bike path cleared out. Everything is quite a bit narrower than it would normally be, though. The sidewalks, the bike paths. Yonge Street in particular was a pain to walk along because the sidewalks on some parts of downtown Yonge are a bit too narrow in the best of times, and with all this snow, they're often only half as wide as normal, and you're basically walking single file behind a long line of people who often move much more slowly than I would like. It's certainly a bit frustrating. Here's the Royal Ontario Museum. This is the main entrance now, because the other entrance on Bloor Street, where the modern addition is under renovation. So the historic entrance is a way to check it out for now. Got the Gardner Museum across the street. And huge snowbanks. And the city is holding off in doing snow clearing for at least a couple more days because we're expecting another major snowfall this weekend. So I think after that one has passed, then snow clearing will begin. Makes sense, I guess, but doesn't make it easy to walk around in the meantime. Here's the shuttered McLaughlin Planetarium. It will eventually be demolished. Working on Museum subway station here.
You're right.
You can see how deep the snow is here. Looks like it's a good foot, at least 12 inches. Or 20 centimeters. Although 12 inches would be closer to 30 centimeters actually. I guess it all depends on where you measure the snow. Here it looks more like 20 centimeters. All right, so we're going to cross over to the other side of Queen's Park. Can I run across here before the light turns? Run through a big pile of slush. Yeah, traffic is just ridiculous right now.
Where? There's one.
More slush. I'm wearing my waterproof Vessi shoes. Because why wouldn't I be? There's the actual park called Queen's Park across the street. And this is the eastern side of University of Toronto. This area is called Victoria University. The bulk of the campus is on the other side of the park, though. That would be the St. George campus. And now it's quite peaceful all of a sudden. Where did all the traffic go? And here it comes. mountain. I think some people are still digging out. If we get another similar amount of snow in the next round, you can only imagine how the city will look then. Slush. This bike path is not as well cleared. This is Wellesley Street. I might do an indoor walk maybe after this one, just to get another walk in the bank, but maybe somewhere warm and dry. See how the bike path is almost like a tunnel here. And here's the Whitney block. Looks like it's getting some renos done. That tower portion is actually vacant. The rest of the building is occupied though as a government office complex, but the tall portion doesn't meet modern day fire codes, I think, and is not allowed to be occupied. Sadly. I think there's an underground tunnel though connecting the Whitney block to the Ontario Legislative Assembly right across the street. Alright, we're almost at College Street. That's where University Avenue will begin. Queen's Park, the building. Looking towards the Whitney block. Awesome building. Maybe one day it'll be occupied again if they do a proper reno.
Ja, no retardness will be.
No retardness. I had no choice but to wait for the crowd to pass. Alright, across College Street. This bike path is somewhat passable. Also looks like a tunnel. Alright, south down University Avenue. Had to climb over this snowbank to get to the car. And these bike lanes on University Avenue are slated to be removed by you know who up there in the house of Doug. I'm pretty sure he drives right along University Avenue coming into work every day. I think these bike lanes are personal for him, even though they don't really affect traffic at all. But in his mind they do, despite what all the studies say. Hospital Row. My plan was initially to walk down the median of University Avenue, but I saw earlier how the snow situation is in the median, and I decided that wasn't the best idea. Here's where Gerard Street begins. Well, you know, actually it doesn't look so bad. Maybe I will go over to the median. And we'll have a little adventure going down the center of University Avenue. Got the Mount Sinai Hospital right in front of us. All right, we're in the middle. Hopefully I don't get stuck in the middle. I see I'm not the only one who walked through here, but yeah, it is pretty deep. But I do have some footprints to step inside. Definitely slows down things a bit. Holy cow. You can see how deep my foot is. Actually, I can see up ahead someone is with their dog here, stuck in the middle. Holy moly. I'm literally stepping in every single one of these existing footprints here. Hello. Maybe I was right to think I shouldn't walk through here. Feel snow working its way into the top of my shoes now. Holy, all right. Enough of that, I think. Let's go back to the sidewalk. Sounds like that cab is dragging something underneath. Maybe a big chunk of ice or something. This bike lane is pretty well cleared here. Trying to knock the snow off my shoes and pants.
I did her in the morning. No, I texted you. Yeah. I emailed her after that. I wrote an email out and I just put off the message. It was so early in the morning, you know what I mean? I was like literally going blind through the
I cannot pass. Snow on one side and building on the other side.
No.
All right, my chance is coming.
Like you get separated, you're together, but you have to get separated just wrong. So that's why you can't tell it's wrong. You know what I mean? So like you're together, and when you go into the room with the patient, then you get separated.
That's how you pass. But yeah, walking three abreast on a narrow sidewalk. The snowbanks.
I just tried to see.
Not the best way to go about it. Crossing Dundas Street. Get an awesome view of the financial district in a minute.
Like I don't think I've ever called her that.
This is a curious mix of some old historic buildings from over 100 years ago and mid-century modern office blocks and more recent residential additions, which tend to be the tallest buildings now. A more modern wave of tall condos.
I've also missed the one.
It's a very institutional sort of feel also along University Avenue. It's also the home of the United States Consulate, which is right here. There's that financial district view. The giant slab of the Sheraton Hotel, though, blocks out a lot of the office towers. And now the center median is impassable to a pedestrian due to construction. The new Ontario line, new subway line running through downtown. I think this is the most awesome older building on University Avenue. This is the Canada Life building. Straighten up the camera. There we go. The Campbell House Museum. A very old house. I just noticed that the top windows look just like the windows in the house from the Amityville Horror. It's funny, I've never noticed that before. I used to think they looked like eyes in the old Amityville Horror house. That's horror, not the other word that sounds like horror.
Which is owned by
All right, more slush to contend with as we cross Queen Street. So I'll be walking alongside the financial district for this last stretch of University Avenue. And the center median comes to an end right up ahead also. The street narrows down to a more typical downtown street, not the Grand Avenue. I think University Avenue is the only downtown street that does have this Grand Avenue design to it. It used to be 8 lanes wide at one point, with the median running down the center. Right, crossing Richmond Street. Some very interesting public art here at the Shangri-La building. Watch out for falling ice and or snow. And this entrance is closed due to the risk of falling ice. Well, you wouldn't want a chunk of ice to fall on you from the top of this building. It's 65 stories. I wonder if the CN Tower is having any issues with ice. guess it's rush hour now here in the financial district. Although Friday rush hour on Valentine's Day is likely to be quite a bit less busy. Even with return to the office, I think a lot of people do tend to stay home on Fridays if they can. Pearl Street. Looks like I have 28% battery left on the camera right now. I think I can make it to the end of University Avenue. Across King Street. And University Avenue goes around the bend up ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Oliver!
I'm not sure what that was all about. Let's cross Wellington Street. Oh, I still can. The Toronto blocking the box, of course, driving style. Look at the traffic on Wellington Street. What a mess. Probably should have crossed to the other side to walk along this last leg of University. Comes to an end here at Front Street and York Street. It sort of merges into York Street. I guess I can cross here as soon as it's clear. Not the best situation here. This isn't really meant to be walked along, but I'm doing it anyway. And here we are. We found where University Avenue comes to an end. We're at Front Street, right at Union Station. And there's York Street as it continues south.
No, bro, Loki.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to wrap up this walk here at Front Street and York. We walked the full length of University Avenue, but before that we walked south from Avenue Road along Queen's Park. So I hope you enjoyed the winter walk, where I was temporarily stuck in the middle on University Avenue. Leave a comment down below if you enjoyed or not, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Also make sure you hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. If you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal as well as via my merch store. And you can also support the channel by becoming a channel member or by sending a super thanks if you prefer. And you can find me on Instagram also under KContinuum. So thanks for watching, and thanks to all the channel members. And be sure to keep checking back, because as always, I will continue.